It would appear that your strategy didn't work.
Not that it didn't work.
Yeah.
It worked. It's just that we got thrown under the bus.
Yeah, that was quite surprising.
We did not expect that. We are not ready for that.
That was very surprising. Like we of course, like going into the game, we had a strategy. We talked about it, right? Coming to the game when you have no strategy.
Yes.
As
But
the
after
games are
we
building
get
on,
up, yes.
yeah. So we started like coming up with like some strategy, and we figured that there are certain people that we like really like built like stronger connection with. And so we were like, calculating and analyzing and saying like, okay, we feel that going to the HOH game, we are not so pressured to win the game, right? And so we went in, and that's all that.
Which was true.
Which was true.
Which is very true.
Because
we had our luck.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get nominated. As we assumed, we really didn't get nominated. We just did not expect that someone that you deeply care about and that I admire would.
Yeah, and that was like...
do that to us. That is not nice. Yeah. That is not nice.
And that was like, someone that I really like put like really up there, like in terms of like connection. I felt like I have the deepest connection with like Kanaga, because we got to like talk a lot. We got to like really build this really strong connection, and it was almost like a weakness to me, and I knew it too. I was ready. I was talking to you about it, right?
Yeah,
like where
that would just be like one thing that like you expect but not so early. If it would happen this early into the game, that would just like kind of like throw us off, which it did. But I was like, that can never happen. He would never do that to you, because we didn't see it coming. We did not see that one coming. However, our strategy though was on point. We did not get nominated. We were right. You were right about us, the way we were going about the game. We really just didn't think that he was going to there was so many other teams. Like we really thought, we didn't think we were like right there top of his list. That just like threw us off.
Speaking of expectations, Big Brother expected you to win a challenge that involved eggs.
Big Brother, we did our best. My hands started getting sweaty at some point.
Maybe you got a little too excited with the eggs.
Yeah, I got a little too excited. I think you wanted to eat the eggs.
Thank you.
Yes, Big Brother.
Yes, Big Brother.
Welcome to your diary session.
Thank you for having us, Big Brother.
How are you feeling today?
You want to go first?
So today, I'm personally, even the both of us, we're just feeling really surprised, almost disappointed as well.
And hurt.
A little bit of hurt. I know it's a game, but for me, it's just really surprising. Because like I said, we had a strategy going into the game, and the strategy actually worked. But knowing that someone that you really put up there, Kanaga, which is the HOH, is someone that I know, I said to Yaya that he's almost he's the strongest connection that I've built in the house so far. And I don't know for anybody else, but he was the strongest. So I really placed him in a pedestal. So seeing how he put us up was kind of a shock to me. So basically I'm just shocked. I even talked to him as well. I told him I'm shocked because I'm a person that always say what I'm feeling, just because I want to still save the connection we have. So I just went up to him and told him there was also certain things that I was thinking may have caused that. We're just talking about it, right? So there's certain things that I thought may have caused that, but you never know in the Big Brother house. Just nothing is predictable.
I was honestly just really disappointed. I think that's the one feeling that kind of stood out for me. And I was just really sad on your behalf, because I really felt Kanaga really hurt Marvin's feelings, man. It really broke Marvin's heart. It felt it feels like a friendship breakup. I'm really disappointed, to be honest with you, because Big Brother, we were obviously, you watch us and you see us when we have our little, meetings and we're colluding, and Kanaga was in the top 4 teams where we were for instance, because with my relationship with Justin and and Olivia and Elisa and your relationship with Kanaga and Yami, you know, we were like, okay, fine, whatever happens, you know, these four people, we don't, you know, like they are off bounds. We don't nominate them. We just don't for as long as we can. And you know, like, and you put a lot of your trust in him because I mean, you guys spend so much time together. You know, you guys are like Stanton boys. You know, and you guys are like brothers. So and even after we lost, after we lost and he moved into the final round of yesterday's game, we were rooting for him because we were like, yeah, you know, if Kanaga wins, then that means, you know, like we're good, we're safe. You know, like Kanaga would never do that to us, especially because of his relationship with Marvin. But we were obviously wrong in that regard. And yeah, and I also spoke to him, you know, because I felt like I needed to speak to him and he needed to know, you know, how I felt. I was like, I'm very disappointed. I really, really am disappointed because it's someone that I admire. And even with Tati, you know, with Tati, we were like, okay, fine, we hands off Tati because by virtue of being, you know, Kanaga's house girlfriend, we were like, okay, fine, because of Kanaga, we were never going to consider, you know, nominating the royals first, you know. And for him to and like, I think, you know, Big Brother, like, we knew that there was going to come a time in the game where we get swept up like that, right? It's just that it would have been a better pill to swallow if it was someone else who swapped us, not him.
It wasn't too
Yes, yeah, and also so early into the game, and I'm like, what was all the things they were telling you about being best friends, and like, you don't do that to your best friend, man, that's just wrong.
And something else that was kind of
Marvin.
Yes, big brother.
You said you have your suspicions regarding Kanaga's decision.
Yes, big brother.
Kindly share them with Big Brother.
Yeah, so I have several suspicions about why Kanaga may have put me up, right? There are several ones. So first one being like, we had a truth or dare game, and that game I wasn't really keen for it. I didn't really want to play because I felt like there was just like, it was like a strategy to it from other ends. So I didn't really like it. So, you know, playing the game, when it came to my turn, like them asking me like, who did I find like most attractive in the house, or who did I have sex with? I turned to Kanaga. I just turned to him. I was like, hey, Kanaga, I'm gonna like just say Tati, because I find it to be my friend, because I don't want to say something that then someone's gonna like have, like, let me say for example I say Yaya, and then someone might think like, oh, Marvin, you said Yaya and now you're like maybe messing with somebody else, you know. I just felt like Tati was like just a good person to go with, because Kanaga is my friend, so I could just be like, hey, I'll just use Tati, right? And because you're with Tati, so there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Marvin.
Yes, big brother.
You thought there was nothing wrong with mentioning your friends, according to Yaya, house girlfriend.
But he told him first. He asked for permission.
And I talked to you.
And what did you expect Kanaga Jr. to say?
That is a good question, though.
I mean, no, like me, I'm a person that says how I feel. Like, so I expect him to, if he's cool with it, I expect him to say yes. Like, I mean, which he did. So I still felt some kind of emotion after. So I went up to him to talk to him, but I could still feel like there was still something there. So I just feel like that was.
Yeah, but also Big Brother, I felt like, you know, the game we were playing on Friday was like, it was harmless fun. Do you understand? Like, also the questions that they like asked you, they wouldn't have changed anything between Kanaga and Tati, especially if like it was something where you were like, dude, I just need an scapegoat, because I really felt like even I could tell from the game that you were using Tati as an scapegoat, and I was like, oh, okay, I see what Marvin's doing with the whole Tati thing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And so that's, I'm like I felt like that's a bit petty, you know, like to switch us up for that. And also, if like he didn't like it, then why did he agree to it?
Yeah, and he said he didn't care about it. But what I caught from the conversation that we had, he said, oh, I don't care about it. I don't look at that. But he then said that I had a conversation with Tati, because Tati brought up the thing that I said, like, oh, you know, like, people find me attractive, Marvin finds me attractive. Then he was like, no, Marvin doesn't find you attractive like Marvin. So then, like, why would you have a conversation with Tati if it didn't bother you? So I just figured that it bothered him just a bit, like. You know, so I really wanted to like talk to him, but I guess he didn't really like. He didn't really.
It didn't sit well with him.
He didn't sit well because.
So it's your fault we're here.
Yeah. Because after that, like. Because after that, I could feel like the kind of like Tati started like getting a little closer because now it's like, oh wow, you know.
So you like me? Why didn't you tell me? You should have said something earlier.
But I was still trying to like push it away, you know. Just
Maya,
Yes, big brother.
Yes, big brother.
how does it feel to be nominated?
Hey.